The president who got caught publicly lying over 35,000 times in his first term backed down again. And in
Make a deal. Please, please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything. I'll do anything, sir. And then
The inauguration of Mark Carney as Prime Minister of Canada in 2025 has been a watershed moment in the nation's history, fundamentally reshaping its strategic outlook in response to a volatile and unpredictable international environment. Welcome viewers to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, like my video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next update. His election victory, a direct outcome of public and economic discontent with President Trump's escalating trade war, was a powerful mandate for change. Trump's protectionist policies, which have included a 25% tariff on Canadian steel and aluminum, a 10% tariff on energy resources, and a 25% tariff on Canadian goods transshipped through other countries, have shattered the illusion of a perpetually stable North American economic partnership. This has forced Canada to confront the stark reality of its economic over-reliance on a single trading partner and to embark on a long-overdue mission to diversify its trade relationships. Carney's core objective is not simply to mitigate the damage from these tariffs, but to seize this moment of crisis to build a more resilient, sovereign, and globally integrated Canadian economy. This ambitious agenda will be heavily tested by his ability to skillfully navigate the complex and often contradictory relationship with China, a country that is simultaneously a vital economic lifeline and a major geopolitical rival. Carney's formidable background provides him with a unique set of tools for this task. As a former leader of the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England, he has a deep understanding of global capital flows, trade dynamics, and the interconnectedness of national economies. His tenure as the UN Special Envoy on Climate Action and Finance has also positioned him as a global authority on sustainable development, a theme that will be central to his foreign policy. His approach is rooted in a pragmatic multilateralism, a belief that Canada's interests are best served by engaging with the world through established institutions and by building a diverse network of trading partners. This stands in stark contrast to the isolationist tendencies of the Trump administration. Carney's past interactions with Chinese leadership, including multiple high-level meetings, have been characterized by a focus on economic and climate collaboration. He has publicly praised China's progress on market access and has consistently urged for deeper cooperation on clean technology and sustainable finance, signaling his intent to find areas of mutual interest to drive the relationship forward. His government's early diplomatic moves, such as the June 2025 phone call with Chinese Premier Li Qiang, where both leaders agreed to regularize communication channels, demonstrate a clear commitment to moving beyond the diplomatic freeze of the past. However, Carney's strategy is a complex and calculated one, defined by a careful balance of engagement and caution. He is not a naive advocate for open-ended cooperation with China. His political rhetoric reflects this duality. While campaigning, he referred to China as Canada's biggest security threat, and his official economic plan explicitly identifies Chinese ambitions in technology and artificial intelligence as a national security concern. This nuanced stance is a crucial element of his foreign policy. It is designed to address domestic anxieties, particularly concerning foreign interference in human rights, while simultaneously recognizing China's undeniable economic importance. By distinguishing between like-minded countries and reliable partners, Carney is signaling that Canada will engage with China on a pragmatic, interest-based level, without necessarily endorsing its political system or practices. His government is also pursuing measures to protect against the transshipment of foreign goods, a policy that serves to hedge against both American and Chinese trade actions and underscores his commitment to Canadian sovereignty. This delicate balancing act is essential for maximizing economic opportunities while mitigating the significant risks associated with reliance on a non-democratic state. The most immediate and pressing challenge for the new administration is the resolution of a burgeoning trade war with China, a conflict that began in late 2024 when Canada, in a move that mirrored U.S. policy, imposed tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles, steel, and aluminum. China's retaliation was swift and targeted, with the imposition of 100% tariffs on key Canadian agricultural exports like canola oil and peas, and a 25% tariff on seafood and pork. These measures have had a devastating impact on Canadian farmers and exporters, who are now struggling to access a vital market. Carney's response has been multifaceted, combining a willingness to negotiate directly, as evidenced by his phone call with Premier Li Qiang and the agreement to convene the Joint Economic and Trade Commission, JTC, with a commitment to using international institutions to resolve the dispute. His government has requested World Trade Organization, WTO, dispute consultations with China, a move that signals a preference for a rules-based resolution rather than a simple tariff-for-tariff escalation. A successful de-escalation of this conflict is a critical first test of his leadership and will determine whether he can independently manage Canada's trade relationships and prevent a full-blown trade war. Beyond the immediate crisis, Carney's long-term strategy for China is centered on collaboration in the burgeoning clean energy and critical mineral sectors. This is an area where Canada and China have profoundly complementary strengths and where Carney's expertise is most relevant. Canada possesses vast, largely untapped reserves of critical minerals such as lithium, cobalt, and nickel, which are essential for the production of batteries and other clean technologies. China, in turn, has a dominant position in the processing, refining, and manufacturing of these materials. Carney's government's Canada Strong plan to become a leading energy superpower is not merely about oil and gas. It is a vision to invest heavily in the clean energy supply chain and fast-track critical mineral projects. This strategy is a geopolitical play to create a more resilient and diversified supply chain that is less vulnerable to disruptions from either the U.S. or China. By exploring joint ventures and co-investment with China in these areas, Carney's administration aims to leverage Canada's natural resource wealth to drive innovation and create a more secure economic future. This green partnership could extend to broader cooperation on carbon markets, emissions trading systems, and sustainable finance, areas where Carney is a recognized global authority. The potential for this collaboration to advance both countries' climate goals and create new economic opportunities is immense, making it a cornerstone of Canada's new international strategy. Carney's overall economic platform is designed to support this international pivot with a series of robust domestic reforms. He is committed to building a national economic corridor by investing in new transportation and infrastructure projects that connect Canadian producers to global markets, bypassing the traditional U.S. routes. This includes developing new port facilities, rail lines, and highways to facilitate trade with Asia, Europe, and other partners. He is also focused on removing internal trade barriers to create a more efficient and integrated national economy, which he argues is essential for Canada to be a more effective global competitor. This combination of internal strengthening and international diversification is a comprehensive response to the current geopolitical challenges. By building a more resilient domestic economy and proactively seeking new international partnerships, Carney's government is attempting to chart a new and more independent course for Canada on the world stage. The success of this ambitious strategy will ultimately hinge on his ability to manage the complex and often contradictory demands of economic necessity, national security, and diplomatic pragmatism in his relationship with China. This is not merely about finding new markets. It is about redefining Canada's place in a rapidly evolving global order and ensuring its long-term prosperity and sovereignty, a task that will be the defining challenge of his premiership.